Attorney Better has a number of items as well.
Mr. Better.
Thank you, Judge.
Honestly, go fuck yourself, sir. You don't say that, okay? You don't lose a trial where a jury acquits someone and finds them overwhelmingly not guilty and say, I gave my sincere obligation to look into this, and I'm telling you all I saw when she's guilty. Again, respectfully, go fuck yourself.
Swear again like that. That was, no, I mean, whatever. That was, I shouldn't have done that.
A few moments later.
You, as a prosecutor, have got to be out of your fucking mind.
Nose.
Dude, Jimmy, look at those ears.
The ears don't bother me as much.
No, I don't trust a man. I don't trust a man with a lobe like that. No,
really,
not a fucking chance.
The mouth is butthole to me.
Very thin, paper thin.
The nose.
Oh, the nose.
The brows.
Well, listen, I will tell you though, I kind of like a fucked up nose on a guy.
Like a big old honker. I like a big nose.
Old nose. Give me that big bitch. You know,
yeah,
like, I'm into it.
Come over here, cluck cluck.
Yeah.
I see some chickens that went moving on up in my biz, cluck cluck, running. You gotta be with the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, kids.
And I go, oop, clutch, clench, kegel. We did it all. And I go, oh, and what happened? And they go, well, we just got 4,000 plus pages, bitch. And I said, stop it. Show me it. Take me to Unimpound Town immediately, if not sooner. So what happens?
The bitch is here.
Why are you at a football game? Are you a Fonz correspondent?
Well, no, because it's only for men over 30. Okay? Have a great night, boys. Fuck off.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Hey, Blues Clues, motherfucker.
Hello, lovies. Happy Christmas Eve, Eve. Merry Christmas Eve, Eve. Because with us, okay? Today we are brought to you by the letter F for Fitzsimmons, for faith, and for Jesus, Tiny Mary, Tiny Jesus in the boom. And Snoop on a Stoop had something to do with it. Can't tell me shit. What a day. Okay? It is Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. And we got a Christmas Eve miracle in the form of Kelsey Fitzsimmons being released from custody in the most dramatic gay ways. Well, typical, okay? Listen, Judge Kathleen, changed your tune quite a bit, right? Am I looking like Oscar the Grouch? A little bit. Put me in a trash can, babe. Was trying to be a little festive, but pea green works on some of us. All right. So, and F is for family. So glad Kelsey gets to go home. Diana, soulmate sister, yes. Obsessed. All right. So we are Fitzsimmons, faith, family. And she is going to an address that was actually disclosed multiple times today. So I'm going to try to not play that. But how amazing that this finally occurred. I have some questions though, babes. I really do. Because Judge Kathleen kind of made it seem like there was a little bit of a ball drop, and we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. We're going to process it. We're going to feel all the feelings, all the positivity, and realize that there's still so much to do for Kelsey. Okay. Now, yes, is she going to be home after 103 days of incarceration that was complete bullshit, in my opinion? Shouldn't have been one day. On September 11th, when her bail was revoked and she was remanded to custody, it was on some out-of-pocket shit and out-of-pocket behavior from Judge Kathleen. You heard it. I heard it. We clutched, we clenched, we kegeled. And we were like, okay, so this isn't going to happen. Like, this can't happen. And Kelsey was met by the Supreme Court, the lower level, and then the whole panel with rulings that affirmed Judge Kathleen's decision. It was gross. It feels gross. But also, shut the fuck up, Kim, because at least you got to go home today, and this is a Christmas miracle. I want to thank independently our law girls. Let me put them up on the stage. And let's put Diana down. Our law girls, Not Attorneys podcast. Go and subscribe to them. They're local, incredible girls. Josie is potentially my third teenage daughter. She is a justice warrior. I am obsessed. And they were in court today, and this is how we're going to be able to watch this hearing from where we need to and see our silver fox in action, see a bright and shining face of Kelsey when she walks out the court steps, and Martha Coakley talks, and that's it's a little grinding on my spirit, but I digress. And NJ Kathy says it's supposed to read you and your family. I love that, NJ Kathy. And hello to its wags. Let's go, babes. Get ready. It's going to make a feel-good moment. And let me tell you something. We need some feel-good moments at the end of this dumpster fire of a year. Woo!
CR 311 scheduled today for a motion hearing. Could counsel please identify themselves for the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. James Shipper, Associate on behalf of the Commonwealth.
Good afternoon, Attorney Kelsey.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Timothy Bradel on behalf of Mr. Simmons.
Good afternoon, Attorney Bradel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Martha Coakley on behalf of defendant Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
Good afternoon, Attorney Coakley, and good afternoon, Ms. Fitzsimmons, and good afternoon to everybody in the courtroom. So the court is in receipt of a motion by Attorney Bradel, an expedited motion, I guess.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for having us. Judge, we're really standing on the motion in the sense that, we've done the medical homework, if you will, and Ms. Fitzsimmons is able to muster the appropriate amount of oxygen or deep breath, and she can comply with the terms that the court has requested. We had her visit with the institution nurse and a couple of times, and we're confident that she's able to do it. And I hope that the court will reinstate what the court initially wanted her to undergo.
Okay, I just want to make a couple of notes here. The motion is entitled as an expedited motion, which the court was willing to do, but I do want to point out a few things. That the paperwork that was submitted with the expedited motion indicated that your position is that your client's been able to, in, I guess, your mind, comply with the terms of release since November 24th of 2025. So
Yes.
that's over a month ago.
Yes,
Ms. Fitzsimmons was in court on November 25th in person.
yes.
And I just wanted to be clear that that was not brought to anybody's attention at that point. There were also 2 other dates that were on for hearing, and it was never brought to the court's attention at that time that your client.
No, so sorry. Oh, sorry, Judge Kathleen. Just got to stop you right there real quick. I love to hear from you. Always not. That's a lie, guys. And I don't understand how we're going to put that on the record and pretend as though this didn't happen. We can't have revisionist history, okay? What happened was September 11th, there was not the Mass General Hospital surgeon, his supplemental letter of medical necessity. That was actually not in with the original motion, right? However, Tim Bradel, our Silver Fox, got that in the very next day. Okay? It was absolutely submitted to the court the next day. And Judge Kathleen, you denied it. You denied the appeal, his initial, for reconsideration. And that's why it started the, what are we going to call cascading of effects of having to go to the SJC. The single judge reaffirmed her decision because you read it on paper and you didn't hear the hostility and the lack of jurisprudence and the lack of candor kind of from the court because Judge Kathleen had a hair across her patootie on that day. That was undeniable. So, Attorney Bradel provides the additional medical information and the supplemental findings that provide the rationale of why they requested the accommodation. It was just an accommodation. That's all they were seeking. Even court appointed officer or whatever, not a court appointed, but probation officer January was like, hey babes, I have no problem doing this. I have no problem accommodating because I understand that there is a medical necessity. Why? Because Kelsey, I don't know, guys, factually speaking, had a gunshot wound to her chest, had multiple surgeries, continues to have bullet fragments remaining in her body. She suffered from blood in her interstitial spacing. Like, she had a chest tube. Yes, she had difficulty with these things, but she never violated. She continued to September 11th. She never missed one of those scram testings that she was supposed to provide. So Judge Kathleen kindly, and on the eve of Christmas Eve, I say this with love, but I just found something in my pocket and it really has your name on it. It's a present, okay? And it's just, it's very deep. It's in that pocket. It's right there. Okay? Okay, Kath?
Was able to do it. For the record, I just want it to be clear that the court would have been open to hearing this type of information at any time. So I'm just curious why it was filed yesterday as an expedited motion when it seems to the court that there was plenty of time to do it in the regular course of litigation.
Judge, we elected to prosecute the SJC appeal, and that's the reason.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So I just wanted to make the record clear that from,
yes, Bridget,
I guess from when my motion was written, it was clear that at any time there was a change in circumstances, the court would certainly be open to hear from the defense on it. That was also made, I think, in the Commonwealth's response to the SJC filings. The Commonwealth did indicate that that was certainly an option that you had. The single justice on October 15th also noted that that was something that Mr. Simmons could do in the event circumstances changed. Then apparently there was medical evidence to support your position over a month ago, November 24th. Again, November 25th, she was in court in person, could have certainly have alerted the court to her condition at that time, and the court certainly would have been open to seeing if she could do the scram. She was in then, actually December 19th, last Friday, she was in front of Judge Drexler, and Judge Drexler actually prompted the defense and brought this issue up with them. And here we are 3 months later, which is about 103 days total, Mr. Simmons being in custody, and I just wanted to make that clear. So with that said, we'll certainly hear from you. And did Attorney Gubitosi, do you have anything to say?
No, I just have a question on the arguments that I've made 3 or 4 times in the past, so almost position on the 58A conditions and the like. I don't need to add anything.
Okay.
A couple of things are, so.
What did he just say? He just mumbled.
No doubt that if we had brought it up at different times, the court would have entertained it just fine. But, we had a pending appeal going, and, we elected to prosecute the appeal.
That's fine.
And it would have mooted the appeal, Your Honor. So that's sort of the legal justification as well. And, the scores from the nurse at the institution,
the nurse
at the time were average scores. So, it wasn't like she was, having passing these with flying colors.
Okay.
So it was going in the right direction. It was,
Okay.
you know,
Okay, hi. All right, so sorry, babes. We know I have to interrupt this, and I love Tim Bradle, and I want him to tell me everything because I believe him. I trust him. I think that Tim is out here doing the Lord's work on a regular basis, and I believe that he cares very deeply, specifically about this case. There's also, I believe, he cares deeply about Aiden's case, and he tries to do the best thing that he can for his clients. With that being said, I don't give one shit that they got these readings and that her averaging was improving and that the nurse was doing her they were doing whatever capacity testing or maybe her incentives barometer. I don't know what they were doing. But these were the average numbers. Are you out of your ever loving minds if you believe for 1 second that Kelsey was improving at a better clip, incarcerated, than she would have been able to had she been in the community? You're wrong. You're wrong. 100% wrong. She could have had a visiting nurse. I don't know. NurseKim. Just saying. Or any other company. Or she could have had a company to been assigned to do home care and treat her and ensure that she was improving, because I could maybe say there may be an argument here. Might be a little bit difficult for some people to understand, but perhaps if somebody was struggling with, I don't know, postpartum depression, being shot, body image dysphoria, healing from unbelievable trauma, PTSD, and then let's tie that up in a bow and have you remanded to a facility that is not equipped to be providing you with the medical treatment that you require. Yeah, I'm going to think you're going at a little bit of a snail's pace while you're incarcerated. Ugh, fool.
it wasn't.
Tim.
No, that's certainly you're right. I
Yeah,
just want to
slam,
make
so to
sure
speak.
that the record is clear that this court has been open to this type of motion for 3 months.
I have no.
Oh, you've been
doubt.
open
And
to
the
it?
the documentation that was submitted indicated that on November 24th, the patient was in no distress and was able to do the, that whatever test is that they.
Yes, incentives.
at the institution.
Oh,
So
it was
that-
the
that's
incentives
fine. So I
barometer.
do want to address a few things. First of all, relative to Ms. Fitzsimmons' mental health, back when I made my order, there were some, there was, I think, some schedules for her to go and see certain providers. Is that still in place?
Yes, absolutely.
So
Mary.
can you tell me about that?
So Dr. Zeisel is our retained expert, and he's also treating Ms. Fitzsimmons. And he is ready to go with appointments, and he understands that probation is to be informed of all the appointments and the compliance issues, et cetera. And the other one is Mass General,
MGH.
the Mass General Clinic. And Ms. Fitzsimmons is ready to make those appointments as well, and we'll revise probation of that. No.
Okay, so those were this, I know, Dr. Did Ms. Fitzsimmons get treatment while she was incarcerated?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, she had some visits, but nothing that we would consider any sort of
So Dr.
okay. Oh, wait, I should let her finish.
cancer treatment.
Dr. Zeisel, that's the doctor that the defense has.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
and what's his specialty again?
He's a forensic psychologist.
Forensic psych.
I've worked with him for many years, and he's also taken an interest in Ms. Fitzsimmons in the sense of treating her as well as being a consultant for us.
So do you have a treatment plan currently from him, or what was the plan if back?
So it was Dr. Zeisel was going to see her twice a week, I believe it was, and then
Times.
she was going to have at least a weekly with Mass General.
Okay. All right, Lovey. So just from a medical perspective, when you hear Tim Bradle say that she did not receive any substantive treatment, it's heartbreaking. Okay. And I just can't imagine, no matter what you think of this case, and we don't know everything, right? We still don't know everything. When this goes to trial, we'll find out everything. But if you are a human, and if you have a heart, and if you care for others, and if you can look at a young woman and you can see that the outcome of whatever incident, however it played out, because we don't have body-worn camera footage, however this played out, Kelsey is the one who received the absolutely shattering gunshot wound to her chest that could have ended her life. Let's be very clear. The things that Kelsey had working for her were her age, was her being in good shape, was the fact that she's a woman. If it was a man, it could have, whatever. I'm just saying statistically. But what she had working against her is also what brought the police to her home that day. And that is mental health struggles and a stigma that we still see in the year of our Lord 2025. But she asked for help. She received that help. And this order was given on an emergency basis. And if you had a concern for the safety or the well-being of a mother or a child, in my opinion, there should have been medical or behavioral health, the best team. There should have been some additional resources that were at that home. Because maybe, and hindsight is 2020, but maybe, just maybe, there could have been a different outcome. And now you look at 103 days later, because the week that Kelsey had been released after spending over 50 days at Mass General Hospital healing, 50 days inpatient, anybody who is anybody, all my lovies in the chat, if you have ever been hospitalized for major things such as, I don't know, I birthed 2 humans. I was out in 48 hours. Okay? I had one time I had a bit of a rip. Okay? And I was still sent home. You are not kept inpatient for any extended period of time. So a 57-day hospital stay, to me, screams that this was a very intensive hospitalization. They would have discharged her at the first sign that they were able to. I also believe that even in that over 50 days that she was discharged too early. And why I say that is because that's what happens. Oops, I'm saying it. I'm saying the quiet part out loud. That our medical and our hospital system is broken. Even in Massachusetts, even at the best hospitals in the world. And I say that Mass General, Brigham, I think that Tufts, we have some of the most incredible hospitals, and yet they are over capacity. They are trying to do discharge planning, and I have patients that are on a 30-day readmission cycle like you wouldn't believe. So when she gets discharged home in September, or when she gets discharged home, she wasn't ready. She didn't have that lung capacity. We talked about this months ago. So when it caused her pain, and less than a week later, for the scram testing, that was a condition of bail, when she goes in front of Judge Kathleen and when Tim Bradle gets up and says, hey, can we do an accommodation? Can we please have a blood test? Can we please have a urine test? Can we please do anything else that just may accommodate this? And instead of doing the right thing by a patient, you threw her in jail. You could have just denied the request, but you put her in jail. I mean, if you really take a look at this objectively, it is so egregious. And I can't think of anything that is akin to it. Like, I can't think of anything. We have people out in the Commonwealth that are on bond, like for unaliving other people. She gets shot and she spends 103 days. It was wrong. And now Judge Kathleen is trying to correct the record. She's trying to preserve her shit to watch her back only. Well, I got something coming for you, Kath, okay? And it's not a fucking edible arrangement. It's going to be a motion. I'm going to second that emotion. I'm going to do all of the motions. Okay, I'm going to learn ASL to say swear words at you. I'm going to do some wild shit and speak in pig Latin. Because Ukfe Uye Athleen K. You hear me? And Kelsey should have been treated. And she should have received Dr. Zeisel. And now, guys, she still needs Dr. Zeisel. And you know what? Guess what? Oh, unfortunately, that's not paid for. That's an expense from like all on the defense's side. So if you have it in your heart or you're feeling froggy, it doesn't have to be. I understand. I feel a little uncomfy because it's right before Christmas. But if the spirit moves you, I'm going to put the give, send, go of Kelsey's right into this video. And I would really love for maybe us to cover some of her Dr. Zeisel visits into the new year so that she can start to heal and heal everything that has been done to her by this Commonwealth.
I think that,
And is there a specific doctor at Mass General?
well, Dr. Nisevich, you may recall, is the kind of the head of the team. I don't know if he's going to be specifically on the meetings. I think that's going to be a Zoom type situation.
Okay. So that will be Zoom. And how about Dr. Zeisel?
I believe, if I could say one more, sure. So Judge, it's going to be a Zoom with the Dr. Zeisel as well, but he's available. He's very flexible. If he feels
We're Zooming with Zeisel.
See her in person, he will certainly be happy to do that.
Okay, if that's the case, with the appropriate notification to probation. So the previous conditions were GPS
Yes,
probation.
Summer.
Do we have a GPS available?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Oh, we got a GPS.
24/7 house arrest, except for medical visits, psychiatric visits, attorney visits, and all of that has to be with 48 hours notice to probation. Reside at the home of William Page, and her mom's here today.
Yes, sure.
Lauren, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, could you just come forward?
Okay.
Could you swear her in, please?
Did you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear to make true answers to such questions put to you by the court or upon its direction, so help you God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, good afternoon. As you know, my name is Kathleen McCarthy, and I have a few questions.
Oh, yeah,
for
we know
Where
you.
are you currently living?
24
Oh,
Oak Knoll Road.
no,
in
listen.
Salem, Mass.
Sorry.
Who lives there with you?
Shit.
My husband and a daughter, Madison.
Okay, so I think the last time that we were in court, it was just you and your husband that were living there, is that right?
No, Madison was too.
Okay, so I'm gonna order again, I know a few months have gone by, but I'm gonna order that the board of probation run BOPs on all the current residents that are going to live there. And also,
I think there was a little confusion, Lovies, too. If her sister Madison was going to be able to live there, but she was a resident there, so they'll just do background checks, and God willing, and it's obviously appropriate that her little sister will be able, or her sister will be able to be there as well because she lived there the first time.
Your last name's Page, correct? Yes. Okay, Ms. Page, your daughter, if she's released, then she's going to be in your custody. Do you understand that? And there are certain conditions that are going to be imposed. They're going to be the same conditions for the most part that were imposed before. Do you understand that? Yes. And do I have your word that if it appears that your daughter's going to be violating any of those terms, that you will in fact contact the probation department?
Southpaw Pride.
Okay. All right, thank you. So I do want to have a home check at that location. Is that, can we do that?
We could do it this afternoon, but I would probably need about a half hour to an hour to get that completed.
Okay,
I can have someone from our law's office do that whole visit.
okay, that would be great. That's a condition precedent to release. And then stay away, have no.
Did you block out? Was this the moment in time, Lovies? I was where? I was at Queen Melanie's house. That's where I was, just visiting, bopping, if you will. And they're like, yeah, we're going to go do a visit. And I go, shut up. Could I be on like the edge of my seat anymore? No. What are we doing? We're doing same day home checks? Like, I felt as though in multiple different times with this entire shit show, I've thought to myself, where is Ashton Kutcher? Because he is about to pop out. Also not funny. I'd kick him in the nuts.
Contact with the named victim in the case, any of the witnesses, and with the child. No alcohol with scrams. The scrams are going to be random, and they're going to be between 6 a.m. in the morning and 11:30 at night. Ms. Fitzsimmons has to sign all the releases again.
And that broke my heart. So that is one of the conditions of bail, Lovies, is there is no at this time right now, but we're going to be thankful because Kelsey is home and she gets to go home, and she is home. And I hope that she is snug as a bug. I hope that she's in a Snuggie right now. I hope that she is on a couch with hot cocoa and a little bit of marshmallows, and she is watching TV, and on the TV in between Stranger Things, because she wanted to catch up, like that she is just looking at a TV and it has one of the fireplaces and it's doing the crackling. And then she's listening to like Christmas music in the back. No? Okay. Just me. All right.
And follow the treatment plans that are in place. I assume Attorney Bradel or Attorney Coakley did the same treatment plan, similar, by Dr. Seisel and Mass General. So for now, it's going to be ordered that Ms. Fitzsimmons have sessions with Dr. Seisel at least twice a week, and by Zoom is fine, and at least one time a week at Mass General under it's Dr. Nisvic, was it?
Nisevich, Nicedvic.
Okay, or any
His team.
doctor, somebody on his team.
Thank you.
Okay. Attorney Gubitosi, do you want to be heard on anything?
The only thing that we had talked about before, Your Honor, was that she's not to have the firearms, dangerous weapons, and there shouldn't be any of those in the home.
Yeah,
All right,
so there's no
mumbler.
firearms or dangerous weapons Ms. Fitzsimmons can't be in possession of, and there are to be no firearms or dangerous weapons in the home. Anything else?
Noted.
Attorney Bradel.
No, you're wrong. Thank you.
Attorney Gubitosi?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to take about an hour break.
Oh, she's
And
taking a
there'll be the
break.
whole
Oh, what's up,
visit
Judge
conducted,
Canoni?
And we're going to see if Ms. Fitzsimmons can actually do the scram. I understand that it's the defense's position that she can, but we're going to give her an opportunity to do that because I want to make sure if there's any problems, it's brought to my attention today and not on another day. Thank you.
See, and I didn't like that. Okay. Noodles Mama, P.S. by the by, I just wrote your name down. I didn't block you, babe. I'll go look through the list though. Where does the list live? Is there a list? Will I check it twice? Who's been blocked? Okay, wasn't me. I've never done it. I've never blocked anyone. But I'll check it. And I'll get you out of prison if that's there. Okay, we'll free that too. Because listen, this was the sad thing for me is I hated to hear Judge Kathleen say, yeah, we're going to make sure she can do it. And we're going to make sure so that it's not brought to my attention at another day. Well, guess what, Kath? Guess what, Judge Kathleen? It's kind of your job. Oop, things come up that are legal. That's your actual job. So she could be able to do it today, and then let's say, God forbid, she gets pneumonia. And I'm not wishing this on anything. All I'm just saying is things come up, babes. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't say I'm never going to have to address this again. And the reason that it felt so bitchy is because the reason you remanded her was because she dared to ask you to do some extra work. She asked you to potentially maybe look outside the lines of black and white and try to help her at least until she healed. Do you not think that it would have been appropriate, lovies, that Judge Kathleen potentially do a urine screen or a blood draw, whatever? That would have sucked, but she could have had lab work every morning, call Quest Home Draw. They'd be there and like get her labs drawn. And yes, it would have cost extra money. I bet you that we would have, the community would have rallied around to try to help pay for that out of pocket. But then it could have been maybe 30 days that she needed the accommodation for, because she would have healed quicker had there been an accommodation made that was appropriate, in my opinion. So everything that occurred was because of the impulsive and incredibly out of character reaction from a judge sitting on a bench who clearly didn't have her Werther's Originals in her pocket that day. Should have put it in your robe. Call your girlfriend. Call who? Judge Canoni. She's got a couple. Does someone need a pocket twiz? I don't know what you people need, but get your shit together, lady judges. Because I want to be proud of you. I want to be lifting you up. I want to say, yes, queen. Instead, I'm like, no, burn her at the stake. Send her away. Put her away. You know what? I'm like, that's a felony. She just talked crazy. Oop, that was so, oh, who do you think you are? Oh, you don't want to do your job? You're not just fired. I'm sending you to solitary confinement. Come on, Kathleen. All right. So was there anything else here?
Yes, thank you very much.
All right.
Oh, we're all rising. All right, guys. All right, now I downloaded this too because it was like an after. Here it is. And this is from our friends at Justice Served TV, a Bryant and Bodden media company. They come back. We hear Kelsey was able to complete. They did the home assessment another hour later. Martha Coakley looks a little too joyous, if you ask me. Tim Bradle, our silver fox, this has caused him stress. I can guarantee you guys that this has caused Tim stress, and he hated this. And I think he was working overtime for Kelsey, and like he does for Aiden, but Kelsey was actually jailed. And he knew he wanted to get her out. And I think this was our Christmas miracle. And I know for everybody who prayed last night and for everyone who prayed today, like, you guys are it. You are the reason. Like, and I know if you don't believe in God and you don't want to do prayers, I totally understand that. But for anyone that has faith and anyone who does have to give our worry to a bigger, higher power, like, I felt a calm somehow by this morning after I hit my knees and I said my prayers for Kelsey multiple times. And I was like, I just asked for God to please restore the balance of the scales in justice, because Judge Kathleen had tipped those scales away from us, tipped those scales away from the citizens of the Commonwealth. She made that choice. And God was the only one who could restore it. And I think he did today.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Not that I don't want to
And her lawyers are now.
Yeah, she's on her way.
She's on the way.
We thought we'd come down and give you our statements, and she'll be down and talk to you. She is getting out. We want to make that clear.
Go right ahead, Martha.
Yeah, just
You go.
briefly. This has been a very long and strange pretrial odyssey in this case. It's not over yet. We still have a lot of work to do. But we're delighted today that Kelsey Fitzsimmons is going home for Christmas, New Year's, and beyond with her family. It's been a long time coming. She's delighted. You'll get to hear from her shortly. We are confident as we get ready for trial now that we will have all the facts before a jury. We trust a jury to sort this out. And we are also confident that in that process, many of the facts that have been before the court to date, which have been unrebutted, which we do not believe are accurate, will come out. And we believe that Kelsey Fitzsimmons will be confirmed to be innocent, as she is now. We're delighted to work with her, to represent her. And thank you for your coverage of this, and you will hear from her shortly.
What are some of the facts that you would rebut?
So without going into the material facts, you'll note that in the SJC decision, the court relied upon, as they're entitled to do, they get great discretion, but the SJC said that, an affidavit, for instance, it's filed in another jurisdiction that's unrebutted, unanswered.
Martha, did you just say a affidavit? What are you doing? Did you say an alpha David? That was a very interesting. Oh, I also like your little starfish earrings. Is that what you're thinking right now, Tim? Are you thinking I like those starfishes?
Was the basis for some of the court's determinations early on, some prior records from a long time ago.
Yep. And we can't actually take into account what? Propensity evidence, prior bad acts.
Some oral statements by individuals.
I'm going to say something, guys, and this is going to be a little bit controversial. Fuck that baby daddy. Okay? Fuck that baby daddy and his statements. Because facts matter, journalism. Facts matter, investigation. I don't give one shit what he said. Oh, well, he's dead. Oh, he did. Okay, well, guess what I said? He's a liar.
That were made to police. And I just want to stress that at this stage of a trial, when we're talking about pretrial detention, we're talking about bail, those are all things in which the district court, the superior court, and indeed the SJC and the Commonwealth have the upper hand. In a court that has a trial, the defendant comes in innocent, and every single burden of proof is on the Commonwealth at that stage. And we believe, knowing the facts as we do, and knowing our client as we do, that we will rebut those facts, and she will be found innocent.
One of the conditions of this release is that she stay away from her baby. Can we talk a little bit about that?
I'm not going to talk about something that's in another proceeding. There are probate court matters that are beyond the purview of this court. That is what we are concerned with here, are the criminal charges and issues in the probate court, particularly because she has been in custody, have continued, and I'm not going to speak beyond that. I'm not involved in those proceedings. But this.
And I pray for Kelsey that these probate and these family court issues are resolved very early on in the new year. I hope that may we pray that God wrap Kelsey and cloak her with her family and her love. And a mother's love is never not felt. And I know that it is so deep-seated for her to know that she's not with her baby and that she has missed this time. And that in these formative years of attachment and bonding, there can be a fear of what would the future bring. Do I think it is not awesome? It's not the best, clearly, that she has not had that contact and bonding time with her baby since she was shot in her own home. But on June 30th. But I do say, and I have faith that when they're reunited, that he will know exactly, like he's going to know his mom. He's going to be happy. He is going to continue to grow and be healthy. And he will be reunited, and she will care for him for the rest of his growing up. So she is facing this battle, but she wins the war. And in the end, she will be with him. I truly and firmly believe that.
This is a case that involves a lot of facts that came together on June 30th, and that's what will be a trial. Simply what happened that day on June 30th.
Should she have been held all this time of more than 100 days?
No.
Well, that's my point, that this has been up to the court so far, that we have fought to get her out. We have fought to make sure that she had conditions that she could comply with. She agreed with that decision. She's been very stoic. She knows that this is going to be a long process, but she's been willing to do that because she feels so strongly about her own innocence in this case.
Do you think that was unfair, that she was held as long as she was?
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on that. I think that's...
See, here's the thing. Okay, you can tell by look at that silver fox. Look at him. He's like, all right, yeah, Tim. Yeah, we know. Okay. Also, I think that Tim Bradle deserves some sort of brand placement for Vidal Sassoon and or Redken products for men. Obsessed. That hair. Okay. Ooh, can't tell him shit. Was it unfair that she was remanded to custody for 103 days? Martha Coakley, former AG, she's gonna dance. She's gonna like walk the tightrope and say, we're moving forward. We don't look back. Well, I'll be the petty bitch for all of us then. Yeah. Yup. Petty LaBelle. Hi, how are we? Hands up. Fucking absolutely. It was an abuse of power. It was a misreading or application of law. It was an absolute fuck you to a young woman in this Commonwealth who was a public servant. It was misogyny by Judge Kathleen taking the side of Noonan because what? He was on duty. Yeah, okay, whatever. Everybody involved, besides Sons, Officer January, who I dig at probation department, mazel, sir. Hope you get a promotion because you are a solid dude. Everyone else, absolutely fuck off. And I mean it. This will not be forgotten. I hope that there are remedies for 103 days after you have gone through the trauma of not only like having a gunshot wound to the chest, but then going through surgery, having the PTSD of what happened at your house, what happened the year before at a call, never mind, the betrayal of your baby daddy, the betrayal of the system, the Mass State Police not taking your side, the like you just getting everything thrown at you because you dared to ask a question. Had Kelsey never said, hey, this really hurts when I'm trying to do the scram testing, then we wouldn't be talking about this because it never would have happened. And then Judge Kathleen had the fucking canyons to get up on that in her little on the bench and say, oh yeah, no worries. You could have come to me at any time. And I mean, I did it ex parte for you. I did it for you. No, you didn't do shit for anybody. And you were still a garbage human for the call that you made on this. And it doesn't matter if you were an incredible judge in other cases. I have a question about how you are and what your temperament is because I've seen what you've done. And today you put on a mask, Judge Kathleen, and tried to pretend like I was here the whole time. Everyone else is an idiot. We see you. We see right the fuck through you. Thank you but very nice answer, Martha Coakley.
Behind us, we know she's out today, and we believe that she will be deemed innocent once a jury hears this case. So we are really pleased with the trial court's decision. She will be out shortly, so you will hear from her. And she will be, most importantly, going home to her family, all of whom have been here supporting her every time she's come into court for Christmas and for New Year's.
What about the judge's suggestion that this could have been done much earlier?
Well, we had an appeal that we put a lot of time into, and we wanted to prosecute the appeal. There were a lot of other things that we wanted to address in the appeal beyond just custody issues. So we made the election to keep going with the appeal. Typically, the appeal would be what they call mooted. If we came back here seeking relief here, we could have had the whole appeal thrown out the window. So,
And did she tell you anything about how she's feeling about coming to this point? And the fact that it's so long in coming?
she feels great. She's been inspirational. She's developed quite a thick skin, and she's been through a lot. And we talked about how this whole incarceration itself has been another difficult event for her. So she's strong. She's doing great. She's committed to going to trial. She doesn't have a lot of time because she has one day to do all her Christmas shopping, online, of course. But she's going to be okay.
Is she healed from the wounds from the shot?
She's getting there. She still has some serious medical care that she has to undergo, which we're going to take care of now that she's out of custody, thank God. And we'll address that as it comes. Yeah.
Has she said anything about wanting to be reinstated as a police officer once this is all over?
Well, there's a lot of balls in the air, and that one we haven't gotten to yet. But we have a long way to go before that. We have a lot of faith and trust in the jury system, and between Martha and me, there's been quite a few jury trials under our belts. So we're looking ahead to that. We're feeling great about it. Kelsey has total trust in the jury system. She can't wait to get this behind her. So.
Also remember, Lovies, that Kelsey was not indicted on the crime the most serious crime. You remember that? Like you indicted her on the lower crime, the lesser of the ones that you had charged. And a grand jury wouldn't even vote on it. So what does that say? Because we know that a grand jury would indict a ham sandwich. It's all been bullshit. It's all been trumped up. And it's all been the same cycle and the same wheel that we see in this Commonwealth if you are not connected at times. I think I specifically feel it in this one because you're looking at a police officer. It's an officer on officer. And yet, the weaker of the two, the one in the position of being a woman, having just had a child, like you can still see the cracks there. Yes, Kelsey would have done better if it was a woman and Kelsey that, let's say, wasn't a police officer, then that would have been the lower on the totem pole. But you still see the disparity in whom and what is protected in this Commonwealth.
So, that's a probate matter, and that's sort of reflected in the allegations that were made by her fiance. And here, really, we're not gonna get into that.
And here is Kelsey.
Yeah.
Hi, Kelsey.
Couple of things. First, Courtney, looking like a Christmas snack. Woo! And Kelsey, I'm obsessed. Look at your smiling face. This is everything. Look at her. She's like, thank you, God. I think I have, maybe she put on an underwire. Maybe she put on a sports brassiere. We don't know. But what I will say is this. is she has never felt more happy to put on a pair of Hanes Her Way underwear, probably. I don't know. I just made that up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have to have whatever's in, like, whatever was in the jail, like, you were like, thank you. Get me out. This is the miracle. And she's greeted. And look at Tim. He's so happy.
So I told them that you have a lot of Christmas shopping to do, so you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you talk about what your reaction is now that you're at home?
I just want to say a few short things. I just want to thank my legal team for not giving up on me.
Of course, babe.
And I want to thank my supporters. And I just have full faith in the justice system, and it's going to be good when the truth comes out.
How do you feel that one of the conditions of your release is not to be with your baby?
So we're not
As
gonna,
you would imagine.
Yeah, you can guess, but we're
Oh, okay. Off script. And of course, Tim's like, no, we're not answering this. As you can imagine. And can you imagine? Nope. That was so real. And just getting that one little bite of like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you actually ask me that? Also, reporter, come on. Like, come on. You could ask a little bit differently. Maybe something of like, are you looking forward to the day when you would be able to, I don't know, try to freaking not be an asshole to this poor girl. And again, no matter what, anybody that comes at me and says, how dare you not think that, like, you know, she was the one, she pointed a gun at Noonan, she did all this. I don't think she did. And she's the only one who got shot. She was the only one on June 30th that was injured and could have been fatally injured. Because you stormed into her fucking house, took her baby from her, ripped her baby, who was still breastfeeding at the time, out of her arms, and knowing that she was suffering with postpartum depression, allowed her to go somewhere else, in which she grabbed a weapon and probably said, yeah, I've got nothing left. You've taken my baby. You're doing this to me. I'm not going to have my career. I have no reason to continue this. Although that was not the choice that one would want her to make. She is the one who was a victim in this circumstance the entire way through. And until you prove me or give me any other information that would prove Noonan's story, I'm fucking sticking with Kelsey. Okay? 10 toes down.
not going to go there today.
She has shopping to do, and I also want to announce, maybe I'm dropping the ball on this, but there's a tree waiting for you at home to decorate. So
Yes.
you want to get there, right?
Yes. I'm going to spend it with my family.
And her dog. She can't wait to see her dog.
Oh, baby dog. I don't know.
Whatever you want.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Sushi.
And she's got.
Can you describe what it's like to, I mean, you've been spending the last several months behind bars, and to know that a couple days before Christmas, you're now going to be going home to your mom's house. Can you tell people what that's like for you?
It's everything I've wished for these past few months. All I wanted to do was be home with my family for Christmas. So that's all I wished for.
You're home, baby.
So we're going to leave that in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, we're looking ahead. We're confident we're looking ahead. And I think that's it for questions.
You've been behind bars for over.
I'll tell you this, though. How composed for somebody who has no media training. Like, you want to see, okay, if we want to talk about women that fly off the handlebars, or women that are like dangerous and, homicidal, suicidal, all the idols, we're going to sit here, and for somebody to ask her that question, you can see nasty on someone's face, babes. Okay. I might tell you this. I do not read people, like, I'm not a forensic, whatever the people that do that, the body language specialists. But she didn't even, she looked over at Tim, but I didn't see that disdain. I didn't see rage. I didn't see hatred or like her lips going down or making a scrunchy face or like vitriol come out of her. You can see a lot on someone's face. And the second that you get out and the second you walk out of this courtroom and they ask about the judge and her staying in there and being kept for 103 days for nothing. And she just looks at Tim. And he says, yeah, we're going to move forward. We're not looking back. I don't know about you, but that was pretty telling for me, babes. That I don't think that she has that whatever that Justin was alleging that she does. That, oh, she has this history, these bad acts. Well, really? Because she showed some grace right here. For a judge that I don't even know. I think my face would have been I would have said, fix your face, Kimberly.
100 days. Can you talk about if this is just a long time coming? Did you think you should have been out a lot sooner?
Well, we made our position clear. You know, we wanted to prosecute it all the way to the SJC, which we did. And, you know, Kelsey healed up enough so that she can comply with the court's terms. So here we are. And we're looking ahead, and we can't wait to get this to a jury.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, guys.
Great job, guys. Look at her getting huggies.
Yeah.
Was she crying? Oh, and then she cried. So emotional, huh? Oh, what a day. What a day. All right, lovies, listen, I'm going to undo this. How do I do it? Stop sharing. Okay. All right, she's here. That was it. How do we feel? Do you feel really good about it? Because I was waiting on bated breath when she came back into the courtroom and when Judge Kathleen did give the order that she is being released and gave all of the things, her conditions of release again. I felt like just an internal sigh, kind of, and a little bit of just relief for her. And I thought, thank you, God, for this miracle. Thank you, God, for allowing good to come on December 23rd and to remind us that this is the reason we do it. This is why we show up. This is why I was so I wanted to come and talk to you and talk to my best friends from out of town and say, damn, we needed something good. And the last time that I thought there would be good news, there wasn't. And we were kept getting shot down, but you never lose the faith. And you never forget the reason that you came here. And Kelsey's going to need us. And it's going to go to trial. And I'm telling you that I think that a lot's going to come out during trial. And I think that people get sloppy. And I think that maybe, just maybe, we would find out that Noonan lied to protect his own ass. And that Kelsey really never, ever did point anything at him. That it was a moment of weakness and it was a moment of kind of surrender to what am I going to have if you take my baby from me? And that they didn't have the appropriate support team around her to remove a child from said home. And that's my story. Oh, Skyview for 2 said, I donated to Kelsey's fund as my Christmas present to myself. I am going to donate to Kelsey's fund today too. And lovies, if my humans are here, which all of you hopefully are, if Kelly is here or Miss Jess NB, could you please post Kelsey's give, send, go to the chat right now? And then I will post it as soon as we get off. So, and I'll put it right in the description, babes, of this video. And I am just going to say right now that I hope that Kelsey tonight is able to feel a relaxation, feel some holiday spirit, and to lift her spirits as she goes into tomorrow and into the 2026 new year, knowing that we all support her and that we will continue to do what we can for her fund so that she can have the treatment, the mental health treatment, the physical reconditioning that she needs, anything that she needs. Like, we got you. And I think that's really what Christmas is. It's about being there for others and seeing what the miracles are when we open our eyes to them. And that's it. And approximately right now, probably Mary, Mother of God, maybe right now, her water broke. She's thinking to herself, shit, am I going to have to do this for 2 days? Yeah. Okay. It's going to be a rough road. But guess what? We got Jesus. Jesus out of the deal. It's worth it. Do you have back labor? No epidurals. Okay. Amen, sister. Amen, Derek. Okay, so I have in other news, babes. Are we gonna do a tomorrow morning stream? Stop it. Are we gonna do a holly jolly? Let's jingle with Kris Kringle in the morning. Maybe you're gonna get a tea, a little tea, and feel the spirit within us. I love it because there were a couple of updates. I want to talk about Divine in the morning because that's huge, and a couple of other things that I just wanted to talk about in the preparation of Christmas Eve. And next at 6:00 Eastern Standard Time, everyone. Oh shit, I didn't do it. Oh, sorry guys. I was supposed to. Do I know how to? No, I do not know how to. Okay. I got invited to the Festivus for the rest of us. Are you asking where? Ms.Demeanor's house. Ms.Demeanor that we met during the Charlie Adelson trial, or not Charlie Adelson, it was actually Donna Adelson, Donna Sue, when Jimmy was doing God knows what with a lawyer, potentially, that you know. Stop it. Okay, no, he wasn't. He was fine. But he also went MIA, and that's not weird because he's in Tallahassee. So anywho, we meet Ms.Demeanor. She becomes everything. Ms.Demeanor comes to my house, and she has been doing the Lord's work, covering all sorts of trials, and she is everything. Her chickadees, I am one of them. She's having a Festivus 6:00 Central Time, so that's in 7 minutes. What am I going to do? Throw a couple of Hariboos down my gullet. I'm going to go piddle. And then if you meet me over at her house, I'd love to see you. If not, well, that's rude. Otherwise, I love your faces, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow morning, babes. Have the best night, and Merry Christmas Eve to everyone. And thank you, God, for doing what you did today and restoring the scales of justice to balance for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Amen.
All right, great job on the news.
Thank you.
We will, Courtney and I will share what happened when we went to dinner last night, Sunday dinner coming up. And as